Hello, welcome everybody to Organic Politics. And I am extremely pleased today to be here with my campaign manager, Denise Ward. And so we're going to get a chance to share with you why we're doing this work and what we hope to get out of it and how we hope to move mountains with our work. Denise, why did you choose to become involved with my campaign?
Well, Emily, I knew you before you started the campaign, and I knew you as a person who is very, very concerned about the earth, and I was very impressed by that deep, deep concern, because I too feel the same way, and I thought we had an immediate connection that way. And then later on I discovered that you were going to put yourself into the governor's race, and I thought, what better way to change policy than to be involved in policy. And having known you prior to that political move, I felt that you had the right kind of ideas about how to change policy in a way that was achievable. So I was very much taken by your dedication and your prior thought to what needed to be done. So that was there was no weighing of decisions. It was very organic, shall we say.
Listeners should know, or watchers, I don't know whether to call you listeners or watchers, but people at home, you should know that we are firebrands, and we feel that we won't be stopped, we can't be stopped, and we're like a train. And when we work together, we give each other exponential strength, and we're finding that there are more people beginning to work with us. And Denise, you want to talk about some of the people we've met, like Tammy and Glenda, who are beginning to work with us?
Yes. Well, we've had to travel a lot, and we got to meet a lot of people throughout Vermont, and it was such a delight. Along the way, in our discussions with people that we meet here and there, we managed to bring people's attention draw their attention to what you're doing. And some people have wanted to help out in any way that they could. And one of those people is Tammy. And she's helped us do things, and she's participated in events. And now we have Glenda, and I'm just getting to know her, but I think she could offer a great deal with creativity. And it's funny because a lot of people don't realise the inherent potential within themselves, because only certain things have been valued in our society. Something like creativity, it is valued, but it's only valued after it's managed to get a lot of sponsorships and raise a lot of money. But in our everyday lives, right under our noses, we have resources, we have abundance, and we tend to discount the resources within each other, the human resources. And we've heard that term, human resources, in business, but it doesn't have to just be in business, it's actually all around us. And we're finding that the people that we meet are attracted to the same objectives that we hold dear, objectives and principles. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I think it resonates with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Many people know that I ran for the first time last cycle, and one of the things I was doing or attempting to do was to break the tension, or to relieve the tension of breaking new ground from a comical approach. And what we found is that people really wanted me to focus on this absolute seriousness of our situation and the remedies that we have through public banking and and hemp and going organic and so forth. And so it was sort of the first time that I ran, it was sort of getting my feet wet to see the hindrances and blockages and the problems with the system and how to overcome them. This time, of course, I'm feeling much more comfortable. And one of the really delightful things about this time is that I can focus on the seriousness, but the humor, the role of bringing the fun into it is going to really fall on Denise's shoulders, so that we can look at things in light and in fun, and that energizes us for the enormous amount of work we need to do. So one of the things that Denise and Tammy did with us on the 4th of July was to wear these boxes that we got from Staples, and we're indebted to Staples down in Brattleboro for giving it to us. They're these. Would you like to describe what we did?
Yeah, sure. Well, we were thinking of what to do. Everything that we do tends to be it tends to be spontaneous. We haven't got time to plan ahead very much, and we were looking to wear something to the heifer parade. I think that's where it started.
Yeah, but it rained out.
Originally. Yeah. That did get rained out, but just before the heifer parade, we were looking for something to do, and we went to Staples and we were picking up some things, and in Staples I noticed a box, and it was the boxes that they keep their stationery in, and they're sort of shaped like an A shape but upside down. And I thought, that would look good like a tent dress, you know, so we...
So you said, I want to wear that.
Finagled it out of out of the manager, the store manager, who was delightful in trying to find one for us. And we wrote on it, we wrote our company name on the front, which is Hempfully Green, and on the back we wrote, nothing but hemp will do, or hemp's got our butt covered. We were thinking of what to do, but I jumped a little bit there because later on Tammy joined our little group, and we had to procure another box, which we did from the same store, and then we had to write a box for Tammy, and we both entered the July 4th parades dressed that way, and we thought it was fun.
Yeah, well, originally the original plan was, of course, to have nothing on under the boxes, and this is very simple and wonderful for me to encourage.
I didn't know if I was supposed to mention that.
but we felt that it would be a little bit too much in the parades so we had green dresses, mini skirts on under, and they wore these hemp boxes, and you know, the problem being in a political sort of box that they, well, we were just talking about boxes, but the problem with our politics today is they are impenetrable, and the only people that are really ever given any credence in the press are people who are just perpetuating the same problems over and over again. So we are constantly brainstorming how to be visible, how to be productive, encouraging, and also to move ourselves forward. We really think of ourselves as first being the mountain that we wish to move. And, you know, of course, Gandhi said you need to be the change that you wish to see in the world. We also have amended that saying to saying we need to be the green we wish to see in our wallet. So we've come to a place where we're ready to make a commitment to a pledge in Vermont, and we see a lot of women who are really ready to get on board, and so we've come to a place to create this pledge. Would you like to talk about it?
Sure. The pledge is that we'd like to find 100 women who will come forward and help us with the campaign. It's going to take some simple things that anybody could do, I think, and you mustn't feel that you are not capable, because everybody who we use in the campaign will have jobs specifically that benefit their skills, that use their skills in the best way and the way that they would like to use it. So with talking about getting more name recognition by holding up banners in front of highways and
we did that the other day.
Yes.
And what was it like? It was fun.
Yes, it started off
Yeah.
a little bit nerve-wracking because we've never done these kind of things before.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we think that a lot of women probably haven't done a lot of things to do with changing the political system before, and well, we're in the same boat. Well, I certainly am. I haven't done anything before, but now it's the time we feel that a lot of women are willing to step up to the plate, are willing to do something, and they often don't recognise a lot of their wonderful, wonderful skills. I'm going to be quite honest here and admit that I see women being treated as second-class citizens way too much in their domestic life and in their business life. And women have been very accommodating to this in the past, but I don't think we need to continue to do that anymore. We must be treated as equals, and if someone is not treating anyone as an equal, in my opinion, you're automatically in a place that needs to be improved upon, you know.
Well, back to when we were doing our highway blogging, we had a little trouble getting the banner to press up against the side of the highway there, and then once we did it, we began waving at the people coming by and asking them to toot their horn, and people were, tooting their horns, and we were waving, and we didn't press it. We went for, what was comfortable, like 25, 45 minutes, and then we said, oh, we'll come back. And because we did it together, and it was just really delicious fun, and we're hopeful that by asking pairs of friends to come forward and join us, that we're also encouraging you to have fun in a new way. So the banners will say the pledge, which is off of oil in 5 and organic in 5. And a lot of people will say, oh, that can't be done. We're too stuck in the... And what we say is that's baloney. That's hogwash. It's just a matter of getting it done. And the way you can ask a woman to get something done, she'll get it done. That's the way the people are feeling. And when we do it as a collective, many hands make light work.
Right.
So we're very excited about putting this pledge forward and getting it on the radar as many Vermonters and people as possible.
Emily, can I just say something here? This idea about we can't get it done is something that I think people are stumped on a lot, and I and you too. We put this to you. If you never tried it, how do you know? How do you know? How do we know what we can get done? We haven't really even tried to try. So let's just see what we can do. Hey, and we might be too ambitious, but it might take 6 years. But we're heading in the right direction, which is the direction where we start to take control. We being the people,
right?
Right. We being the people who see things in a better way, and than the status quo. The status quo is not working, so why must we do things in the same way? Because we're going to get the same results.
So it's important to do things and do these things, but also to do them in a way that's joyous. And that's why we intend to have a very good time while we're doing this serious work. And we intend to do our very best to be front and center and involved in the politics that in ways that we can. We see that we're hindered and blocked by many of the forums and many of the conventions of politics in the papers and so forth, where they don't cover alternative candidates as if we aren't dedicated and sincere, and as if we aren't as much of a candidate. It's almost as if they treat you as if you're a funny, phony play candidate. But this time, this election cycle, I've felt myself become very, very serious, and I'll say why. It's because Peter Shumlin, Welsh and Leahy and Sanders, all of them have been supportive of the B-35 bomber jets. And that is symbolic of perpetuating the war profiteering and the degradation of the planet and degradation of our moral integrity, as well as our economy. And so I felt that they really, there's a huge lack of leadership there, and that I need to step forward and to provide the leadership that will really bring us to a place where we are healthy inside and out, where our planet is healthy inside and out. And there's no time to delay. Now, I really love working with you because you see that, and you go there in your work. We're also working together in the hemp. And
that's right. Yes, well, I'll get back to the hemp, which is very important. But I just want to say, if all the representatives, so-called representatives, agree to the B-35s bombers, say, have
supported them for jobs.
Yes. Or if everybody's saying the same thing, if all of the representatives are saying the same thing, whether it be the B-35s or any other thing, if they're all saying it, well, what about who's representing the people who don't want that? So the people's voice is not really being heard there. There's no other option. Right. So, and the same thing in a way with hemp. Here we have quite an amazing plant, as you and I are very, very, very aware, and we talk every day about its amazing qualities and how it shouldn't be denied us. Now, with hemp, we could use it for solving a lot of the nutritional problems in the world. Now, I know we're talking about Vermont, but as far as even the world, it's we could. This is a very big problem that technology doesn't seem to have been able to solve, and we could help people in that predicament, which is untenable in our time, unbelievable, and it can also provide us our biofuels, our fibres. But the thing that I'm really excited about that it can provide is paper. The amount of paper that we can get from hemp, the yields that we can get from hemp, are 4 times the amount that we're getting from trees that we need so badly to be, to grow and be allowed to give us the oxygen that we need and look after the atmospheric, balance, and the balance in the soils and the water flow and everything that that has to do with the life, that we have here on Earth for our own self. And so it not only will provide the amount of paper that the trees could provide, 4 times as much, but it will do so without the use of pesticides, without as much use of water, nowhere near the use of water, and bleaches and other chemicals that are used now for paper making. And it also allows us to grow it. If we could grow it, that would be the best thing, because we wouldn't have to, it wouldn't cost as much to import, and we are the biggest importers, which is only fair that we should be able to export.
Right, right. There's so many situations where we're really tired of corporate politics, the complete mesh of corporations and politics preventing the very simple, very organic, very lovely means that we have to heal our economy, our earth, and our needs. So Denise and I plan to be building a hemp roll-away cafe, and we hope to be able to go about Vermont in time before the election is done, get it built, and share what hemp building is about. And we'll have a great time doing it, and a great time meeting with you. Of course, we need to have help raising the money to build this hemp cafe, and I'm sure you can find us if that's something you can and feel inspired to be a part of.
Yes, can I say something on that one?
Please.
Yes, we want people to see what hemp can do in so many ways, because it's basically just theoretical to most people, and actually even to myself, because we can't actually go and see a hemp building. You have been to France and to England to see that, and I haven't done so as yet. But it will give a chance for people to have a look at the way it can be so efficient for heating and cooling. And we're also going to have foods in the hemp cafe that people can try, and other materials like upholsteries made out of industrial hemp as well, so that people can feel it and see it and know how wonderful it feels and how chemical free it is. So you can put your nose right up to it. You can just put it near your skin. There's not going to do any harm to you. And buildings made of this will just make people who are in it feel so much healthier because of what hemp does as a building material.
Yeah, so it's also a place where we can meet and organize with people, and $10, $20 donations will go to help build it. We need also, or we could just get a truck. We could get donations of a truck. We have to buy the hemp material, and we could get donations of the things we need, and that'll be on the website. And I want to tell our watchers and listeners that you may see Denise doing some comic routines in the future that we're working out, and
that's just me acting normal, actually.
But we have some very funny material that we need to produce and work on, and because we feel, of course, that humor is very much a important part of every day. When you're laughing, you're healing a lot. So I want to thank you for joining us and for joining me, and for all the people in Vermont who are going to benefit for the work that you're doing. I don't even have enough time to describe how many skills that Denise has that she's giving, and how joyous it is just to be in her presence, and how lucky and grateful I am that she's beside me. So thank you for joining us, and thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.